Hey guys, Trevor here with eCommerce Paradise, and today I'm going to be talking with you about Google Ads and how they can help you to bring targeted buyers to your e-commerce store who are ready to buy right now. If this is your first time watching the channel or listening to the podcast, make sure you subscribe. And also you can get my free niches list at ecommerceparadise.com/niches. And if you're interested in high-ticket dropshipping, get my free mini course at ecommerceparadise.com/free course, where I talk about high-ticket dropshipping secrets. All right, so let's get into this Google Ads talk. So first and foremost, what is Google? Google is the biggest search engine. And people go to Google for all sorts of things. They want to find information. They want to find different products. They want to find communities. They want to find people. People go to Google for everything now. Google is this amazing interconnected place. And you've probably heard about Google, and you probably use it all the time by now, I would hope. And the cool thing about Google, from a marketer's perspective, is that it can be used to find people who are interested in buying your products. Okay, so whether they know about your product yet or not, you can use Google to put yourself in front of them. So Google is based on search queries, and what a search query is whatever somebody types into the search bar on Google. So search queries usually are broken down into keywords by the algorithm, and then the algorithm goes out and finds websites that have those keywords in it, and then it shows the websites on the first page to the last page according to a number of ranking factors. So organically speaking, it'll show websites that have like the most content on it, and then also the most links from other websites, and then also a really good built out website with more content. So it has all these ranking factors like domain authority, page authority. It can check your website for site page load time. It sees your site, and it sees if visitors are clicking to go to your site more often, the click-through rate of that particular thing, or it also can see if visitors are bouncing from that really quick, like that means it's not relevant, or they can also see if they click through to your website and go through to more articles or other things like that, right? So Google sees almost everything. Google is like the all-seeing eye of the internet, and the internet is what we are all using today to be interconnected with each other, right? So whether that be to find information, to find people, to go shopping, Google is what we use for that. Now, there are other platforms like Amazon and eBay and things like that, and people do use those all the time, sure. But still, they are independent e-commerce websites. The one website that pulls all other websites together in the web that everybody uses 99% out of all search engines is Google. So this is why we use Google for marketing specifically, because it has become this behemoth in the internet. And so the way you can use it as a marketer is no matter what you sell online, whether it be as a physical product, a digital product, whether it be expensive or cheap, whether it be information or coaching or even a service, it doesn't matter what you're selling online. As long as you have a web page to sell that product, you can use Google to send traffic to your web page, which will then sell your product for you, okay? And the way you can do that is with Google Ads. That's beyond the organic marketing. What I was just kind of talking about there was organic marketing, and that's a whole nother thing I'll talk about later, which is search engine optimization and keyword research and things like that, copywriting. All that stuff plays a role in ad optimization as well. And so I'll kind of come back in on that later in this talk, but what I'm going to focus on right now is Google Ads. Google Ads is the platform that Google uses to monetize their search engine. And you as a marketer can sign up for Google Ads for free. You can even get a free credit for Google Ads when you first sign up. They usually send out like a $100 or $150 coupon to your email when you first sign up as a promotion. And you can start putting ads on Google. Now, there's a few different types of ads on Google that you can put, and I'll go over those now. So number one, usually what we focus on first and foremost are the Google Shopping ads, because Google Shopping is a comparison shopping engine. Google itself is starting to get into the direct sales playground, let's just call it, but they're not really going heavy with that. Their main focus is selling advertising, not selling products. So Google uses shopping as a comparison shopping engine, and you as a store owner, whether you sell on Shopify or some kind of WordPress store or Volusion, or whether you sell a membership site or whatever, you can sell through Google Shopping. And so Google Shopping is really, really neat. And although it does have some stipulations as to what you can or cannot sell, it still is one of the best places to go for getting qualified, targeted leads to your offers. Some really unique things about Google Shopping is that, number one, you do not choose the keywords that Google shows your ad for. Actually, they choose them for you from their algorithm of what they know to be converting keywords and commercial keywords and things like that that are related to your product. Instead, you can set negative keywords to tell Google what not to show your ad for, which is actually really important. I'll get into that later on as well in the optimization section of this talk. But Google Ads are really, really key. Google Shopping Ads are a great way to reach buyers targeted, because what you're going to be doing with Google Shopping Ads is something unique that other ad types don't do, which is pre-qualifying buyers. Now, the way you pre-qualify buyers with the Google Shopping ad is you're showing them the title of the product, a picture of the product, the price of the product, as well as some kind of a special offer and your store name. And you're usually the ads you see at the very top of the search results when you type anything that's a commercial product keyword into Google, like a product name or a category name or a brand name of some sort. And you also might see them on the right-hand side. But usually you'll see them right at the top. There's like a strip of 5 pictures, and you can click to the right to see more. And you can even click the tab at the top that says Google Shopping, and you'll see a bunch more as well. So on your computer right now, you can go check that out. Just type in google.com/shop, and you can see their comparison shopping engine and what it looks like from a buyer's perspective. Then you can just type different product keywords in there, and it'll come up with a lot of different results, and it'll give you those results. So it's really cool. You can kind of look at it from a buyer's perspective, get an idea of how it works and how you can rank yourself in there as a marketer. Now, to list your products on Google Shopping, first you have to take a step back and look at your business, look at your website and your sales funnel. You have to look at the type of products you sell, your target market, what kind of keywords they're entering in when they're in the different parts of the funnel, whether at the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, or the bottom of the funnel, and they're ready to buy now, and what those mean for your ads and how to set up your ads accordingly so that you can target the right buyers at the right time. You can optimize your bids and bid the highest so you pop up first, and then you'll be more likely to get sales through your ads. Then you'll increase your ROI, or what I call it ROAS, which is return on ad spend. So this is how you do that. If you're doing high ticket drop shipping, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to have an inexpensive product. Let's say an $1,000 electric bicycle, let's just say, for example. That $1,000 electric bicycle will have 3 main keywords associated with it. The first keyword is going to be the category keyword. So whatever type of bike it is. So if it's an electric mountain bike or electric fat tire bike or electric city bike, commuter bike, beach cruiser, whatever type of electric bike it is, it'll have that category keyword associated with it, okay? So that's the first type of keyword. The second type of keyword is the brand name. The brand name is obvious, whatever the brand name is, usually associated with the category name, but it might not be, it might just be separate. It really depends. Every brand is different. Some brand names are very generic. Some brand names are quite specific and unique. So the brand name is the second type. And the third type is the product name. Product name includes either the model name and the SKU number or both. And so model names and SKU numbers both are related to the product level. So that's the top, middle, and bottom of the funnel. When people are typing in a category name, they're kind of at the top of the funnel. They don't really know what they want yet. They're just kind of searching around to see what's out there. Google is still going to show your shopping ads for that keyword though, and it's going to send people directly to product pages. So it's not a very optimized way to try to get traffic, right? Because those people don't know what they want yet. And a high ticket product is probably not going to be able to be sold to somebody who doesn't know what they want yet. Unless they just have loads of money, don't care, and just spend it, which does happen sometimes. But lower ticket products usually work for category-based search queries. So if you're selling low ticket, then that might be all you need. But number 2 is the brand keyword. So the way you would set it up is using a thing called campaign priorities, and you can set up your campaign priorities as low, medium, or high. And what that basically means is high priority means they're going to always choose that campaign to show first. Medium means they're always going to choose it next, and high means they're always going to choose it after that, the last one. High, medium, low. So high is first, medium is second, low is third. Okay? And it really doesn't matter what you bid in each campaign. What matters is the priority first, okay? Next will be the bids. So you set your generic or category keywords as high priority, your brand keywords as medium priority, and your product keywords as low priority. And then from there, you can optimize everything else. So once you have this 3-tiered structure set up with high-ticket dropshipping, you're able to then raise the bids on the low campaign, the product queries, and then bid a lot higher when somebody does that. Okay, but that's not where it ends. You have to use negative keywords, or this funnel will not work for you. Now, negative keywords is basically going to tell Google what you want to bid higher on in this funnel. Okay, so negative keywords are your brand names and your product names and your SKU numbers. That's it. That's all you need. Because if your priority that's high, your campaign priority, high priority campaign is your generic keywords, your category keywords, then Google's going to always choose that no matter what. So if somebody searches a random keyword that they think is commercial, they'll show that campaign. So bid really low on that campaign because it doesn't really matter with high ticket stuff. But for your brand level one, that's the next one down, you want to make sure that you create a list of negative keywords for all your brand names and apply that to the generic campaign. Okay? And so that's going to tell Google, hey, if somebody typed that brand name into Google, don't show them my generic bids, show them my next campaign down and bid higher in that campaign. That's how you're going to win there, okay? So if somebody knows they want this Prodeco Tech electric bike and they type it into Google, they'll only see Prodeco Tech electric bikes, and if you're bidding higher, then you'll get ranked up in the top 5, okay? Next is your low priority campaign. This is your product and SKU numbers, right? So make lists for each separate brand you have on your website and list each of your model names and each of your SKU numbers, and then apply that to the generic and the brands campaign, which is level 1, level 2. So that level 3, what happens is that when somebody types a product name in, it's going to negate that out from level 1 and level 2. And then they're going to push it down into level 3 where you're going to bid the highest, and you're going to bid the highest there because that is when somebody's ready to buy. When they're typing the product specific or SKU specific keyword into Google, they are at that buying stage where they're just shopping around trying to find the best deal. You want to be at the top 5 of there, and you want to have the best offer possible. And if you do, and you have your phone ready to take the phone call, you can sell that $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 product right then there on the spot, okay? That's how it works. So really simple, guys, and make sure you set up that funnel for high ticket dropshipping. Now for low ticket products, for anything under like $100, let's just say, it's completely different, okay? Usually you're targeting an interest, right? Or maybe some sort of a need. And it doesn't really matter what it is, but make sure that whatever it is, if it's not branded, if it's a generic product, that you discover every single possible keyword that you want to be targeting with that product, right? And you get those keywords and you optimize your product page first and foremost, because Google, and this goes for high ticket dropshipping too, by the way, guys, and any e-commerce, is that you want to always optimize your product pages with keywords related to your product. You want to put as much description in there as possible, unique, of course. You don't want to copy anything off the internet, but write a unique description with those keywords that are related to that product. Okay, because when Google looks at your feed, they'll know that, okay, this product description matches this keyword really well, so I'm definitely going to show it for that. Okay, so it'll optimize your feed, it'll optimize you for organic rankings as well at the same time. But for low ticket, it's really important because you don't need the 3-tiered system in low ticket. It's not really possible if you're doing low ticket and it's unbranded. If you're doing low ticket, like under $100 and it's a branded product, then sure, set up the 3-tiered system because you'll have a brand name, a model name, and a SKU number. But if you're not, and it's just a kind of a generic product name, then you'll just need that one campaign, the generic campaign. And Google is going to find exactly the commercial search terms. They're saying, let's just say you're selling yoga mats, and it's a generic yoga mat you're dropshipping from China or a US-based supplier, but it's generic. You're not adding a brand name to it, right? It's unbranded. Well, if you're selling an unbranded yoga mat, you're not going to be able to use a 3-tier system. So the generic campaign is the only thing you can do. But if someone types in buy a yoga mat, or I want to buy a yoga mat now, or yoga mat price, or something like that, Google will show your ad up there. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to get you lots of sales right away, because unless your yoga mat's like $10, then it's not completely an impulse buy decision. If it's like $30 or $40 or whatever, or you have a really good website and sales funnel, you might be able to get good sales through it. It really just depends on your marketing abilities, the pictures that you put on your website, the copywriting that you have, whether you make a sales video or not, whether you have pictures that are good in the description, whether your price point is on point, whether you have really good offers and upsells, free shipping, things like that, things people are looking for. Whether if you have a story that you can tell of your company that people are going to fall in love with and want to buy from you, as opposed to going down to their local Walmart and picking up a yoga mat there. Okay, so you have to keep in mind all this stuff matters. Now, the key to long-term success with e-commerce is not just selling generic products. You have to eventually go branded so that you can create a brand, because a brand is an asset. Okay, so if you're starting off and you're selling generic products, dropshipping, don't stop there. If you get a winning product, something that sells over and over and over again and it's really profitable, consider trying to find a better source, or just going to the source you already have in China and buying in bulk, importing to the US, storing at a fulfillment center like Amazon FBA or some other fulfillment center that will fulfill those orders for you, that will drop ship the order to your customer for you when you get it. Setting that automated system up through Shopify, and then doing the shopping ads and actually ordering that product with a brand name. So create a brand name, and then create a model name, and then even create a SKU number and buy a barcode. All that stuff is going to make you own an asset. and you're going to be able to market that asset like crazy. So you can do all sorts of promotions around that asset. You can do social media stuff, videos, influencer marketing, and use Google Shopping ads to then take that traffic, because people are going to be typing into Google, hey, how do I buy the awesome, unique yoga mat, SKU number 30405 or something, whatever you want to come up with. Okay, they're going to type that into Google, and if you have your shopping ads set up already, you're going to show up first, your store, and they're going to buy from that. Okay, because people click on those shopping ads like 80%, 90% of the time when they go to Google. All right, so that's kind of high ticket and low ticket. You can't sell digital products or things like that. And if you want to look at what you can or can't sell on Google Shopping, just type into Google Shopping policies, and there's a link there. You can check it out. All right, so that's Google Shopping, guys. That's the #1 platform you get sales from. I could just stop there and let you guys go out and do Google Shopping, and maybe I should, but I'm a nice guy and I like to talk a little bit more. So let's go over a few different types of ads here that you can use to scale and optimize once you've gotten done with Google Shopping. The first and foremost I'll talk about is Google search text ads. So when you find a winning product or when you have a best-selling product, you can take up more real estate on the search engine's results page. Real estate, I just mean space, because when people are looking on the website, they're looking at above the fold, right? Whatever appears first before they scroll, that's called above the fold. And if you take up more of that space, then they're more likely to click on your link. Okay, so you can have a shopping ad and the search text ad show up right there. And if you have the shopping ad and the search text ad, and it's both the same brand name and like all the company information, phone number, all that stuff, they're way more likely to click on your ad and go to your website. And they're way more likely to call you or email you or whatever, or just buy from you right away. So search ads work more directly. You get to choose the keywords they show up for. And as far as keywords go, I usually always recommend you use phrase match keywords. There's 3 types of keywords with Google, by the way. There's broad match, phrase match, and exact match. Okay, broad match means that if you just put a broad keyword, they can choose anything that has those words in it in any form, any sentence. So like high ticket dropshipping could be like dropshipping high ticket, or you know what I mean? So like it doesn't really matter. It could have just high ticket in it and still show. It could just have masterclass in it, just show it. You know what I mean? So what you should do is use phrase match, because what phrase match is going to do is going to make it so that if somebody types that in with either something on the end, one end or the other of it, it'll still show up. But it's a little bit more like focused on that particular phrase, as opposed to just being like, oh, let's just mix and match and show whatever. It's a little bit more optimized, let's just say. Okay, so use phrase match keywords. Exact match keywords, if you find an exact keyword that's doing really well, then yeah, sure, do that. But be careful with that. It's kind of an advanced thing. You're not really going to be able to get in front of a lot of people if you just choose a bunch of exact match keywords. So phrase match is usually the way to go. And search text ads are just all about copywriting. So whatever product you're selling, you can even do search text ads for everything. You can do it for courses. You can do it for opt-in offers. You can do search ads for pretty much anything. So if you are thinking about doing it for your product, just pull product like sales copy off the product page and use that as your ad, and just talk about your unique selling proposition. What do you offer? Free shipping, curbside delivery, blah, blah, blah. Free technical support, free consultation, free help here, free guide this, free guide that. So make sure you put your unique selling proposition into that, okay? And the last type of ad I'd like to talk about is the Google remarketing ad. Remarketing on Google is really, really simple to do. And for e-commerce, it's even more simple. All you need to do is install the Google Marketing Pixel and set it up in your store, which there's an app to do that for Shopify. If you don't have Shopify, just type into Google how to do that. You have to figure that out first. And then once you do that, Google can track all the pages on your website that person viewed through the cookies. And they'll be able to put the ad for your website and those particular products they looked at onto different websites that person looks at throughout the day. So if they go to another blog or whatever that has AdSense ads on it, which is another platform that Google has for bloggers, where they can put ads automatically on their website and get a split of the commission, basically, or a small commission when somebody clicks the ad. At any rate, those ads will show up to go to your website from blogs and forums that have them on there. So it's a great way to get traffic back to your store, and it does help. And especially if you have a good, solid brand logo, it really does help. And the last thing I'll mention here really quick is that it is also very important on the retargeting side of things to also have really good email marketing in place, right? With a good pop-up offer that offers a discount coupon or free guide or something like that. Definitely have that in place. A promotional series, an abandoned cart flow, and even like, a post-purchase upsell flow, okay? Because those are really important. I'll be doing separate videos on that. I already have done lots of videos. I go over all this stuff in my high-ticket dropshipping masterclass, where I actually have, templates for you so you can set them up. It's really easy. But this is really important, okay? When you start running paid traffic, most people that go to your website will not buy and will not even come back. It's crazy how low that your conversion rate sometimes can be. And so you have to be really careful and make sure that the traffic you're driving to your website has the most likely chance to come back and make their purchasing decisions. So retargeting ads and email marketing are the best way to do that. And then, of course, having social media set up so that the people that go to your website and actually like your business, like you on social media, see you post consistently, they might come back when they're ready to buy again and again and again and tell their friends about it, okay? So all that stuff matters. The last thing I'll talk about outside of Google Ads to make your Google Ads more profitable, besides SEO and stuff like that, is Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So the social media networks people are mostly on these days are Facebook and Instagram. Also, they're on Pinterest and things like that too. There's lots of different channels. Facebook is number one though. So make sure that you set up a retargeting Facebook ad, and it's really simple and easy to do. Dynamic product targeting. So it'll show just the products that they were looking at on your website and get them to come back. And it will also show on Instagram, okay? All right, now let's talk a little bit more about SEO. Search engine optimization. It's really, really key because with SEO, this entire thing can grow, okay? Think of SEO and content as the wood in the fire, and think of paid ads as gasoline. So you don't want to just pour a bunch of gasoline on a fire with only a couple sticks because it's going to burn out pretty quickly, right? But if you have a lot of sticks, a big fire, and you pour a bunch of gasoline, it's going to get going like crazy. So think of SEO and content marketing as the wood. You should really focus on building your fire up before you pour gasoline on it, okay? And with that said, focus number one on making really good product descriptions. Keyword research, putting those keywords into it, writing out a sales copy that gets people to buy, and making sure that they know everything about the product before they buy, and optimizing your offer as much as possible to compete with your competitors, okay? Number two, understand basic site structure and SEO structure, okay? Internal SEO is really key. So every page should have like a header 1, and then every section should be split up into header 2s, and then if there's subsections in there, they can be header 3s. But just understand header tags, number 1. Okay. Number 2, understand that anything you mark as bold or italic is going to stand out in search engines. So any keywords you want the search engines to be ranking your page for, make them bold or italic. It really helps. And internal linking to other pages in your website is key to having all of your pages of your website rank in Google for various keywords that you want them to rank for. Because if Google ranks one page, and there's no links to the other sides of your site, then they're not going to know. And what I'm talking about is linking within your content, not just like adding like links to the sidebar and the footer and the header, linking within your content. So all throughout your product description, you might have keywords like this or that. You can link to the buying guides on those. You can link back to the collection pages. You can link to other products that are better and a little more expensive. You can link to your policies and things like that. You can link to blog articles. So make sure you're internally linking a lot. And lastly, of course, you want to do some influencer marketing to help gain word of mouth, because word of mouth is the most powerful method of marketing. You can do paid ads all day, but if you have word of mouth, like a referral source that's actually trusted, that's way more powerful than a paid ad, because people trust what people that they trust are telling them, okay? So do influencer marketing, find influencers in your space that are willing to either do guest post or interview or shout out for you, and work on that slowly over time as your budget allows. And that's really going to increase your return on ad spend from your Google Ads. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I know there are a few topics at the end that were a little bit, blurry, but I'm going to do more in-depth videos on each of those. Get started with Google Ads if you're not already, and if you are already going with Google Ads, I'm going to do a separate video entirely on Google Ad optimization, things you can do to optimize your Google Ads like crazy so that you can get the even better return on ad spend, because it's kind of a constant effort to like scale your ads and stuff like that. I'll just drop a few things right now that you can work on. Number one, you can work on checking the search terms that Google's actually showing your ads for all the time. You can work on organizing your ad groups within your campaigns so you can see what's getting the most clicks, impressions, impression share, click share, all that stuff, conversions, of course, conversion value, CTR, all those different columns that they allow you to look at. You should look at all of them and see, which ones are more relevant to you and your company. And for products that are getting a really low impression share, you should raise the bid on that. because then it'll pop it up higher, okay? For products that are getting a high impression share, low click-through rate, look at the product image, look at the product title. Maybe it's not very well optimized. For products that are getting a high click-through rate, but they're not selling, improve the sales page. Look at your competitors, improve your offer. Maybe your offer is not as good as your competitor's offer, okay? And for products that are selling like crazy, take those and make different ad types for them and promote them across multiple platforms, okay? And optimize the product sales page more. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely, if you're on YouTube, thumbs up and comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you're on the podcast, please leave a review of the podcast. Definitely appreciate all those reviews I've been getting. I really love doing this, and I know you guys love listening to it. So best of luck out there, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm available for free discovery calls. If you guys want to book a discovery call with me, 15-minute chat about you and your goals and needs and how I can help you to reach those goals and to fulfill the desires and passions you have in your life to live location independent, travel the world, things like that, work from home. You can do that at ecommerceparadise.com/meeting. And of course, I have my niches list at ecommerceparadise.com/niches, the free mini course at ecommerceparadise.com/secrets. And if you want to get into my masterclass, you can do so at ecommerceparadise.com/masterclass. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Take care.